125. Joey Fio of Oklahoma, Tyler Clark of Iowa State. In the first matchup, the first of 10, as we go after titles here tonight in the Big 12 Conference.
Joey Fio, the favorite, is the #1 seed, but only a mild favorite. Tyler Clark, #3, Obi Blanc of Oklahoma State, #2, a mild upset by Clark this afternoon in the semis as we're underway. So should be a good tight match. Fio did win 4-0 in the dual match here a few weeks back.
Fio at 20-3, ranked #7 in the country right now, has won 13 straight matches. Third at the Big 12 Championships a year ago.
Fio's out of sophomore out of Sandpoint, Idaho, and if that sounds familiar to wrestling fans from years back, the Lawrence brothers out of Minnesota, eventually All-Americans. Jared Lawrence, a great wrestler. The Rochelle family from Oklahoma State, Jake Rochelle, the 3-time NCAA champion, and his brother All-American. Wrestling at heavyweight this year. So Sandpoint, Idaho produces some really good high school wrestlers that turn into very good college wrestlers.
Absolutely. Clark from Bettendorf, Iowa, sophomore, ranked #8, 24-5, as we touched on here, and it should be an interesting matchup here. We're in period #1.
When they met the first time, Clark simply couldn't get a takedown. He couldn't get away from Fio. Fio had a takedown, had a riding point, and an escape, and pretty solid 4-0 victory. And Fio had an unusual pin for him this afternoon in the semifinals. He's not a big pinner, but he flat put one on today. That's what you like to see for the coach, to see these guys start peaking when they get to this tournament, because this week, 2 weeks from tonight, the NCAA Championships, it's all coming to a head right now, so you better be on your A game. No score in the first. Opening minute 20 of the first period. Just some hand fighting, a couple of reaches for legs, but no real serious shots.
And this is often what you see in the early going of matches at the conference championships.
Yeah, and when you have guys like we do tonight that 10 fairly even matchups, there's only one where there's I'd say a prohibitive favorite, and that's Kyle Terry of Oklahoma at 149. You're going to see some tight stuff. Good shot there by Fio, but a good sprawl throws in a hip lock or whizzer if you prefer. Does Tyler Clark to battle out of that, and no damage done.
It's the top seed Fio, the 3 seed Clark. 1:16 left. Opening period, opening match from Lincoln at 125.
1:10 to go in the first, and no score. And you always have to remember, coming into this tournament every year, Grant, we have a threefold purpose. You have people trying to win an individual title, you have teams trying to win the team title, and then you're also jockeying for position to improve yourself in the national rankings to get a higher national seed at the NCAA tournament. So under a minute to go in the first, still no score. A nice shot by Clark. Fio back out of it and back inside on Clark. Reshot by Fio. Nice shot by Clark, reaches through the crotch to try to gain control. So somebody could be in trouble here or maybe not. You never know in this position.
Down to 31 seconds here in the first period.
Fio, if he could turn over, free that foot, he's about to get 2. And does right there with 24 seconds left. This scores the first points of the bout.
So Fio on the board at 2-0.
Stand up by Clark. He's the cool left waist hand off and try to get free. But Fio, good job hanging up. Clark is out. Good job by both men. 2-1 after the escape. That was really big, too, I should say, by Clark. As they restart with 6 seconds to go, sometimes the man gets a takedown late in the period, and the man who was taken down has very little time to get that escape point. You can't get that at least 1 point back.
So 1 period in the books, and it's 2-1 Fio, the early lead.
Which is Fio gets behind Clark, and as soon as he gets to control and gets that man down on the mat, the 2 was scored. Good job, a little high flyer move there. Fio went over the top. It is Fio's choice to start the second period. He chooses the bottom position.
So Clark on top, Fio trying to escape.
And does.
So rack up another point for Fio. It's 3-1, only second period.
Fio's a guy who has a lot of good movement. He's very quick, he's flexible. He's kind of what some guys might call a little scrambly, squirrely type at times, the way he scrambles around. Very effective with it, though.
You were surprised he went after a pin so early in that semifinal matchup over Picorni, weren't you?
Yeah, if there's any criticism maybe of Joey this year, I think he has not been an extremely aggressive wrestler as far as scoring a lot of points, and you certainly don't expect bonus points, although these top three at the weight, these two guys in bronze are quite a bit ahead of the other two wrestlers in the conference. So Fio had a man that he had outmanned, and he certainly went and got the bonus points. So he's got a cradle locked up right there. Doesn't get the two. The fans are wanting to, some of them, but he did not get Clark down to a hip with that cradle to give credit for the takedown. Good sprawl by Clark, and he avoids any damage.
I mentioned Picorni wrestles for Nebraska, and Fio was able to pin him at 125 in the first period in the semifinals, setting up this final match between he and Tyler Clark. Over a minute left, second period, 3-1.
Control of the match so far by Fio because of the one takedown, and of course he got the quick escape to start this period, but still a lot of time left, 39 seconds in the period, and then another 2 minutes in the third period. That doesn't sound like a lot, maybe a football game, but in a wrestling match, that's a long time to wrestle, especially when you start getting tired.
Yeah, you bet. These guys, of course, have already wrestled a match earlier today.
Really finely conditioned athletes when you get to this level of the sport. A lot of work and a lot of conditioning.
And they go out of bounds. They both will be up here with 22 seconds in the second.
Fio 3-1. Anybody scores this last 20 seconds in the period is huge. Either Fio could separate the scoreboard or Clark could get right back in it. He takes a dive but misses. Big when you can score in the final 15, 20 seconds of the period.
2 seconds and buzzer sounds, 2 periods in the books. And Joey Fio, the favorite.
Clark's choice for the third. He promptly drops to his knees to take the bottom position. He wants to get out of there and try to generate some offense, which he's not been able to do yet against Joey Fio. Both these guys looking for their initial Big 12 title.
See if Clark can get that escape. There it is, a point for Clark, and score now at 3-2.
Quick little mule kick out of there, as I like to call it. Just kicked his way free, and now who can score on the feet? Again, the next takedown will be really big for either man. And you see that as Clark got off the whistle, he turned in slightly, like maybe he's going to go for a switch, but then just spun away and kicked out. Very nice job. I think the cut Fio a little off there on that. This is the point where if you're Oklahoma coach Jack Spates, you want to see Joey Fio still be aggressive and go get another takedown. Take the doubt out of the match. And of course, if you're Cale Sanderson from Iowa State, looking for your guy to come back and take the lead with a takedown. Right in time, not an issue here. Only a 14-second advantage for Fio. Be a huge match for Iowa State as far as coming close to locking up the team title. If Clark could pull this off and high crotch move on the right side, but Fio a nice sprawl as the leg sprawled back and no danger.
How about that? Iowa State with 7 wrestlers here in the finals tonight.
Cyclone's about a 15-point favorite by seeds coming in, and I think that if something really dramatic happens tonight, that might be about the final margin. It might be pretty close to that, but of course a lot of wrestling left.
Under a minute left. Third period at 1:25.
There's what you like to see for Oklahoma. Fio not playing defense, goes right after the leg of Clark. Clark a dive-through move to try to counter. They're end to end. Maybe nobody in trouble here, but here goes Fio to the side. Just like he did last time in the first period. Got Clark in a little difficulty there. No takedown yet, but he's working on it. He can break the handhold.
21 seconds.
Just what Clark needed, a stalemate. He needed a call quickly by Pat Haggard and the officials so he can get up on his feet, try to get one last takedown shot in against Fio.
Final crack here perhaps for Clark.
3-2 Fio. Fio in on another leg shot. He converts to a double, and there's 2 points on the takedown. That'll just about do it for Joey Fio.
Under 10 seconds, Clark may have to do something drastic here, down 5-2.
And he cuts him loose with 2 seconds left, but that'll just make it 5-3 Joey Fio.
So Fio comes away with a victory in our first of the night at 125 pounds. Joey Fio of Oklahoma, third at this event a year ago. He's the champion in 2009. A very pleased head coach. More to come from Lincoln, Nebraska after this.